All right, guys, let's have a quick run. I think this is pretty straightforward for me. Obviously, I think you go get Jalen Ramsey and quit screwing around. You're not getting the top 4 or 5 guys, and there's plenty of talent there, but you also have them. You know, let them play. Take Garrett Williams and let him heal while your young guys try and level up. Oh man, I think I picked the slower speed. I guess you can see them go through. You can do it yourself. But I mean, I'm looking at this. Do I want Kalijah Cansey? Yes, I do. Am I over Osiris Torrance? Yes. Do I want Deontay Banks? Yes, I do. Do I want Dalton Kincaid? No, I do not. Do I want Drew Sanders? Sure. Zay Flowers? Sure. Forbes? Sure. You know, Darnell Washington? No. I mean, Darnell Wright, big fan. DeJuan Jones, big fan. Josh Downs, Will McDonald, big fan. But I mean, you're spending your number one overall pick in the 2023 draft, and I need the perfect player. And I'll tell you what, I was in love with some of the big tackles. I'm not going to lie to you. Osiris Torrance, I've been picking him for 2 months, and I just, that's not my first round pick. I was swearing up and down if Jones from Georgia was available, I'd take him. This is silly. I don't even know if he goes in the first round at this point. I thought his frame was just so buildable. He looks little doing drills with all the other guys. And yeah, you can bulk up, yada, yada. He makes it so easy. He's so athletic. There's only a couple guys at the combine that absolutely look just freaky, big and thick arms and legs and butt, and athletic middles. I've got your Northwestern tackle. Here he goes 11th overall, Peter Skornsky. I wasn't in love with him watching tape and stuff. Just fit and finish and just little stuff, right? Ticky-tacky stuff when you're talking about the top end of the draft. But, I mean, in person and watching him move, and it's just unreal. And then the other guy that I felt like was just ridiculously built ends up being way undervalued here, and that's that John Michael Schmitz. I see a 10-year starter, plug and play left guard, center in an emergency if Biotish ends up not getting another deal. Like, I just think it gives you a lot of potential moving forward. And I know it's nuts to just keep pumping that line, but I'll tell you what, a little bit better protection and the almost number one offense with Prescott healthy, it doesn't matter who those other people are. You know, Cody Mosh would be another one that's just unreal. But this is my little dream world, and you're re-signing Donovan Wilson. You've got TP locked down. You've got Steele in the building to get healthy and move. Maybe you have Tyron to start the year. I just wish they would like bow out gracefully and make that a respectable situation and let him retire. Um, I'm I don't need 7, 10, 14 great games a season. I just need a reliable, consistent, every week player, even if it isn't a Hall of Fame performance, and it's frustrating, I've had enough. But anyway, just having fun here. I'm in love with Zach Charbonnet, and I know there's a million running backs. You can take them anywhere you want in the first to the fifth, but that's just where I'm at. And I'm taking him. Oh, nice. All my favorite players. Now we're going to take my favorite wide receiver, and there's little phenoms, your dream wishful thinking Antonio Browns, and then there's your Megatron's late, but this guy is electric. He's a game changer, and I'm just going to keep running it till the wheels fall off. There's no way he's there in the third, I would guess, but I'm just such a huge fan. Wow, now that's interesting. I think that I maybe took Riley Moss at this point, but for some reason Julius Brents is here, and that would just be unbelievable value, length and athleticism. I would say similar speed to Riley Moss, and both just a couple of super underrated athletes here. I mean, yeah, I don't see how you could possibly pass on either one of those guys here, unless there was just somebody crazy sitting around. No, that's just no kidding for me. And again, I think I would really just take whoever's a little quicker, change of direction, close speed and quickness there. But both of those guys are super undervalued there for me. Okay. Where are we at here? Forgot what I was doing. Yeah. I'm into it. We may be taking D Winters. It looks like somebody jumped on my guy, Sasha. What's his name? Y'all know who I like. But it looks like for some reason he's gone super early. Good for them. That needs to be adjusted. Hayward is who I'm looking for. So, what else we got cooking? That is so funny. It looks like our monstrous tight end is gone too. Small school guy, injured a lot. We can go another way. Let's have some fun. I like D Winters a ton. A little bit smaller than you'd like, right? You've got a couple of elite 6'4", 6'5" type linebackers in the super fat linebacker class. Really top heavy-ish, and then, you're valuing them like running backs. That's the problem. But anybody else super cool? No, this is going to look like I don't know what I'm doing. So let's say we can get Winters. He reminds me a lot of, was it Anderson that came out of Oklahoma last year? Just a scotch smaller than you'd like, but stacked, super thick, super strong at the point of attack, downhill. If he sees it and he knows what's going on, he's a heat-seeking missile, right? So, and that to me it screams super coachable. And, you'd have to get him in a room and see that IQ, because that is so important, being the center fielder and the quarterback of the defense, and if you can crash him up the middle and in some other gaps to change it up and take some heat off the edge, the tackles, Micah Parsons, and then drop them back in coverage and play those holes and play that zone. And can he turn his back and run, right? You get a poor man's Wagner, not Bobby Wagner, Warner, excuse me. Love them both, but kind of a similar deal. But we'll just do this and move along. Yeah, you get a couple quick picks down here. Man, I'd love to steal Trey Palmer, Luke. Some good players, it's so hard to play guessing games. I'd actually go with the Princeton wide receiver at this point after the combine. I thought his Senior Bowl was just so lackluster and really seemed off and wasn't catching balls and wasn't electric for me. But he could be a really good football player with a good coach in a good situation. I don't know about superstar, but you never know what these guys are going to grow into. Do we have a tight end? See, they're all gone. Maybe that's why everybody's saying super early, right? Like linebacker or tight end, are you going to take one of your top guys? Are you going to take another back filler? That sucks. I don't know why my guy's gone. I'd see where he went, but I'm not going to bother. We've got a few more picks here. So we're going to ride the Lightning, take the best kicker in the draft, Moody, killing 60-yarders. No problem, no misses, no worries, and just start fresh there. Everybody laughs about drafting a kicker, and I guess the Cowboys don't do it, but, can't teach an old dog new tricks, I guess, which is an absolute shame. I really liked Ojomo, Kobe Turner, but my sleeper in this draft is going to be Dante Stills, the little brother, better than his older brother, who's in the draft last year, I believe. Both went to West Virginia together, package deal, and I think you're going to get a pro, and you're going to get, if Casey is the poor man's Aaron Donald, you get the poor man's Casey, the poor man's just disruptor, penetrator, what you would have wanted from who was Marinelli's little pet, Hill, Tyson Hill, what's his name? Tristan Hill. I think you get that slicing, explosive first step, some power, some agility for the size, you know, that kind of a guy, and you put him with Hankins, that would be the other must sign. You got Dono, Hankins. In this case, you don't have to have McGovern back, but you'd like to on some easy money. And in this one, you're running it back with your tight ends, your wide receivers, adding Tank Dell, and then you'd like to have Ramsey, but Brand, Diggs, Wright, Mukamu, Bell. If you keep your three safeties locked down, I think that gives your corners the ability to play that. I think that feels good. Another nice little sleeper. I guess I just don't know a lot of these tight ends. It's such a, what do they call it? Multiples position. There's so many different facets of a tight end and how you're going to use them and what you want to use them for and how you want to use them. I mean, it's like tennis shoes. There's a billion different styles, and the Cowboys know what they want and need, I think. But I think they kind of have it. I really like, the edge, just a million of them too. Really like Lonnie Phelps is kind of a low-key, talented player. There's a lot of them. You could kind of pick your style there as well. It's just a really, really, really deep class in a lot of areas, and I don't know. I'm watching all these big guys again, because I think that's the most important. Trey Tucker looked good. We could take a big. What do we got? Oh, it's their last pick. I was just going to take a quarterback and call it a day. I like Stetson Bennett. I like the guy from Houston quite a bit, mid to late round. I like that's who I like there. But let's hear. I'm going to take Bennett because that's what I want to do. But let's see here, just for fun. Yeah, Trey Tucker's way low. Darius Davis, how fun would that be out there? Just all kinds of speed. Xavier Gibson was a super local, underrated, fun guy. I mean, there's just a ton of them. Have to get with Jeff Kavanaugh and see what that looks like. But we're going to wrap this puppy up with the Georgia Bulldogs CFB champion. Stetson Bennett the fourth. See what that looks like. I think we could be pretty happy with that. Happier than the miserable Aaron Rodgers, whose ad keeps popping up here. Is he going to the Jets today? It's getting weird. But that's it. I'm taking absolute cornerstone, interior line, Zach, JMS, Biotish, Steele, Smith, and whoever you want backing those guys up. Some injuries and some centers and some easy small money deals, and I think people be real happy with what happens there, especially against better teams. Let them play. ease through the season and round into form. That's a formidable line, in my opinion. Love Sharp, love Dell, love Brents, love Winters, love a kicker, love Stills, love Phelps, and SB4. Yeah, I think that plays, guys. I'll throw it up. Hit me up. Have a good week.